For a vocalist, this kind of writing is a lot more about the vibe of the song. This is sitting like pretty tight because it's not meant to be showy. I imagine it's more about the beat, the vibe, the lyric, the production, more than him flexing his voice. Okay, so he's bigger now.
Yep, 2002, 2 years after debut. So, okay, this song...
Whoa, he got cooler! And so this also does have a little bit more of an edge to it, a little bit more of a rock edge to it.
Yeah.
And a lot of more rappy feeling, less of singing. Maybe he'll do more singing, I don't know. How did he get so cooler?
Right?
Not just the look, like he went from like holding the microphone with like 2 little claws to like, yo, I'm in a throne.
All Chinese people know this song, man. All Chinese people do.
So, not so much singing in this song.
No, this is rap.
Fully.
It's a full rap. I think by this time, he's found his niche.
Which is
in the
rappier?
Chinese pop market is like he's the founding father of Chinese rap almost.
Really?
Because before him, the Chinese rap always had that tone. The Mandarin tone, right? So almost like feels like talking.
So you know what? He actually, I know that this is not how it would be viewed, but it is, to me, that would be westernizing it.
He got rid of Chinese tones, Mandarin tones.
Okay, so did people love that or did people resent that?
At that time, it was like half-half. Like people are arguing about it. Like some people hate it, some people love it.
Like he's ruining our language and not respecting the language.
Like he made Chinese rap cool, which never happened before.
I think you just mean like he got rid of the like precision of it and made it more like laid back and relax the enunciation.
Yeah, you can say
relax
that
the
way,
enunciation.
yeah.
Do you like rap?
Sometimes.
I don't really.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm used to being rather honest.
It's just a whole different thing.
It's apples and oranges.
They're just different. You can't. I don't. Really,
That I've said that. For a vocalist, this kind of writing is a lot more about the vibe of the song, right? When we look at someone like JJ or someone like Jessie J in my world, we're using like 2 or 2.5 or sometimes 3 octaves worth of notes throughout a song. This is sitting like pretty tight because it's not meant to be showy. I imagine it's more about the beat, the vibe, the lyric, the production, more than him flexing his voice, which is
the rapping is a flex. It's hard. Mandarin rap is hard.
I think rap is hard to make sound cool. Anybody can rap per se, but you will sound hella nerdy. See, and even by the style of this production, the lead is buried on purpose, right? That those gang vocals in the back and his lead, our ear doesn't even really know or care the difference. Doesn't really care because he's not trying to flex. Ethan, just out of curiosity, does this feel as addictively familiar and hooky to you as anything else?
That means nothing.
You can answer that however you want.
You know what this feels like? This feels like again, it's actually at the same time, but it has a similar vibe to, I don't know if you know, Linkin Park, where they were kind of had that rock and rap kind of mix, and then they're just like got that.
That's
that kind of stuff.
That's very open-minded of you to make that correlation.
Yeah, but it's just with like an Asian
I agree.
influence.
That's a very open mind. Yeah, I see what you're saying, and that's a really interesting place to take that.
I think some of Jay Chou's more aggressive tracks are heavily inspired by Linkin Park.
Really?
I think so.
Like, I'm getting this idea. I want to be very respectful, as I understand his success is major, but I'm getting the picture that singing isn't really his thing.
Yeah, when I talked to his recording engineer, because he mixed his album, so like he was one of the first to really utilize vocal stacking in Chinese music. he treats his vocal tracks as instruments.
So that actually really changes how you sing as a singer. If you know you're singing for stacks versus if you know you're singing for solo is a very different style of performance.
Yes,
as a matter
yes.
of fact, if you over sing and stack, that sounds douchey too.
Yeah.
So if you get in a habit of always singing and your image is stack, then you're not going to sing like JJ.
Yeah. So you're right. Like for these kind of songs where there's more production involved, it's less about the vocal. It's more about the overall vibe. As how cool it is, basically.
Yeah, he is the cool factor.
He was.
He and the production.
He was the shit.
I'm not saying he isn't.
Yes.
He's obviously a proficient singer, especially where we've heard him end up. But as I'm watching, we're only on 2002, but it seems to me that singing is like part only.
Yeah.
It's not like he's a singer and he built around it. It's like the production and then also he sings. Is kind of how it feels.
Yeah. In terms of ballads,
久未放晴的天空，依旧留着你的笑容。
what?
It is a titch pitchy.
It's live.
Yes, and God bless the live. But woo.
不过就无法掩埋迁就。
I actually think that his casual and relaxed style, the nature of his singing, does not lend itself to extremely accurate pitch. Because when you're doing flexier singing, and you're riffing and running and belting, you can't really do those things as casually as as kind of rap and this like just chill, like these melodies that sit within like an octave. So you don't, I can see a singer not getting in a really heightened headspace as far as something like pitch goes.
So like lack of support due to artistic choice.
Kind of. I would say that just throughout, he is not the most pitch stable singer I've ever heard. Okay. I think he's cool as shit. And I think his rap is super cool. I think the production is super interesting. And what you guys are kind of bringing to my attention is that it was groundbreaking. A la the Beatles or something, where like it makes a huge shift that inspires a whole ton of artists to come. But as just from a singing, which we're looking at holistically right now, but if I just look at it as a singer, it's like okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. But it also doesn't matter in the big picture. But I'm a vocal coach and a singer, so I can't help but, like drill in a little bit. I feel like people are gonna hate me.
No, you're doing so good.
No.